Turbo!
Five cheap games.
Hey Alex.
Oh, hey, little plastic Mario.
Say, are you gonna go work on a new 5 cheap games video?
No, actually, I was gonna drink my coffee, then I was probably gonna go and, play some PlayStation 2.
But shouldn't you?
Okay, listen, I've been pretty busy lately. So things happened the past 3 months that have been out of my control. So I haven't been up to making a big episode, like 5 Cheap Games episode 2.
Don't you need to follow up on episode 1 though?
I know I need to follow up on it. I know, it's been bugging me for a while now, but I don't want to rush it. I don't want to have anything come out that's not good, you know what I mean? Sorry, little plastic Mario.
May I remind you, your last few videos weren't the best quality.
I know my last few videos have been kind of underperforming. It's terrible.
So you should follow up on one of your more popular videos, like 5 cheap games.
If I do 5 Cheap Games episode 2, will you leave me alone?
Yep.
Alright. Let's do 5 Cheap Games episode 2. Let's do it.
Hey everyone, I hope you like the little intro. Like I said, I am doing 5 Cheap Games episode 2. It has taken me a little bit to follow up on the first episode. I originally planned to make the first episode a kind of like a monthly series, but things kind of fell apart for a while, so I wasn't able to do that. But I'm hoping to get back on track, not monthly, but to keep this series going, because I got some pretty positive feedback from the first episode, so I'm hoping episode 2 is going to be just as good. Today, my focus is PlayStation 2 games. If you didn't know, the first episode, which you should go check out if you haven't seen it, was Wii games. It was based on Wii games. Not every episode is console centered. I plan to do some based on genres, or based on developers, or based on series. But to keep things simple for the first two episodes, I've been doing systems, so episode 2 is going to be PS2. Let's get started. The first game I have to show off here is Future Tactics: The Uprising.
Gotcha.
Great. Can we go back now?
I thought you wanted to learn how to catch a fish, though.
That was before I knew how boring it'd be. You said hunting was exciting.
Come on, let's...
Perhaps today won't be such a washout after all.
We didn't come out here to fight monsters. You know how dangerous they can be.
What are they doing?
Who knows? Probably their idea of fun.
Future Tactics: The Uprising may not be the best game on the PS2. The game may not be the most high quality game on the PS2. And the game might not... It might not even be that good, but I seem to really enjoy this game. It's kind of a turn-based strategy game in the same vein as Fire Emblem or I can't even think of Shining Force or Final Fantasy Tactics, but it takes its own little, I don't know, it has its own little spin on the formula. You get these 3 characters and you're fighting against these monsters, and it has this really cheesy Saturday morning story, and you move around this field and you can shoot guns, and it's kind of simple, but also kind of genius. I don't really know much about the creators of the game. I know the game is published by Crave Entertainment, but I don't really know much beyond that. Z2 Games developed this. I will say it does have a really nice, solid soundtrack, and the game doesn't look terrible. Sure, the production's values could be better, but the game is fun enough. So I would say check out Future Tactics. You can find this game for about $1.50. Alright, next up we have iNinja.
Feel my steel! Sensei! Ninja!
Master!
Ninja is a fun little platformer brought to us from Namco and Argonaut. If you don't know Argonaut, they originally helped out with some Star Fox stuff in the beginning, and they did some games like Croc, Legend of the Gobos, and they did Buck Bumble. And this was a platformer they developed for the PS2 and GameCube and possibly Xbox, I'm not sure about that. But I know I have it here on the PS2, and it's a lot of fun. You play as a little ninja. I don't think he has a name other than just Ninja. And you have to go and find these parts of the robot through these levels and whatnot. And you have to do some really fun action platforming. And this game is really smart. It's kind of a mix of action platforming and combat, but it does it in a way to where it melds together very well. The game feels very nice. The game doesn't feel cheap. It feels well put together. The only thing that feels cheap are the game's cutscenes. I would say definitely check out this game if you like action platformers. It is a lot of fun.
Kick jump between the walls.
Alright, next up we have Nightshade.
Akujiki. The ancient, cursed blade has consumed the souls of men for centuries. It is said that he who wields Akujiki wields absolute power. Many wars were fought to control that power. Many lives were lost. A lone shinobi took it upon himself to end Akujiki's legacy of blood. However, his struggles proved only to be the beginning of yet a new battle.
Okay, Nightshade, this is an interesting game. One of my favorite PS2 games was actually Shinobi, the reboot of Shinobi that came out for the PlayStation 2. I really, really enjoyed that title. And Nightshade is the sequel to that. It's weird that it doesn't share any... The name has no correlation with the Shinobi franchise, but it is part of the Shinobi franchise, and I see that it is easily forgotten among other Shinobi games. And it's a real shame, because if you like the first PS2 Shinobi game, you'll love Nightshade. It is the same type of thing. You don't play as Hatsumi, you play as a new character, but it's the same type of fun, action-packed gameplay. It's a mixture of, say, action stuff like you find in Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden, and a bit of platforming, and it is a lot of fun. I played this game quite a bit. The set pieces are really, really good. In fact, the opening set piece in this game is a jet, which reminds me of Bayonetta 2, because in Bayonetta 2 it opens with a jet scene. And I just find it to be a little strange, but also kind of funny. The game itself is, I would say it's pretty easy compared to the first Shinobi and PS2, but it is a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a fun PS2 action game, definitely check out Nightshade. Alright, for you racing fans out there, we have Kinetica. Kinetica is an interesting game. It was released towards the beginning of the PS2's lifespan. I guess it's sort of like a way to show what the PS2 was capable of. And it does a pretty good job. The game is a futuristic racing game in the vein of, say, F-Zero or Wipeout. You play as these people that have these armored suits with wheels attached to their hands and feet. And you race through these futuristic settings, and you get boosts, and you get items, and it's a lot of fun. The game itself, it's published by Sony, and I believe Dave Jaffe of God of War fame actually worked on this title. So that's pretty interesting. I don't hear people talk about this game, like, ever. And you can find it on the cheap. I mean, this game is really, really good for a first-party racing game. I really enjoy it, and I think you would too. Check out Kinetica. Alright, couldn't leave out you shmup fans out there, but the PS2 has so many good shmups. What do I pick? I pick Castle Shin Megami 2.
Mr. President, never forget the duty of an American. I pay taxes, work, and I always vote. I fight for freedom of this country. This fight is for Japan. For friendship.
So like I said, Castle Shin Megami 2 is a shmup, or a bullet hell, or a shooter, whatever you call them. These spaceship shooter type games. It's really, really, really good. You, instead of playing as spaceships, you play as people. I found it to be kind of interesting, and it has these really cheesy English dub voice acting. But the game itself, I think, is probably one of the most affordable shooters you could probably find on the PS2. I believe I paid about $10 for my copy, and it was well worth it. You know, be it playing by yourself or playing with a friend, the game is pretty good. It has an easy or normal difficulty mode, and it is pretty accessible. I find the game to be really, really, really enjoyable. So if you're into bullet hell or shmup or whatever you call these games, definitely check it out. So there you go. There was 5 Cheap Games, episode 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments. I'm going to do like I did with the first episode. I am going to allow you to pick one of these 5 games for me to do a solo review on. So if you want me to review one of these 5 games, put it in the comments below. I will be reading those within the next few weeks, and I will be working on them. I have some other content I'm working on right now for the Turbo Zone channel to make 2016 a good year for the channel. But definitely comment, tell me what you thought of the episode, tell me what you thought of the games, and I hope to see you guys soon. Later.
Turbo Zone.